The Ash, Lutzi and Susie Snack Box.
Well, last night in the Courier Mail, meet Queensland's most eligible celebrity bachelors, TV stars, athletes and entrepreneurs.
And Lutzi.
And Lutzi.
And me.
My favourite part of it, though, Lutz, was the quotes that you gave the Courier Mail.
Yeah, I can't get it up. Excuse the pun.
Oh, yeah.
I've got
why you're
it
single.
here.
Just don't.
Could be a problem, old son. David
that's why.
Lutzi Luttrell, a prominent figure in Brisbane's radio scene, best known as co-host of Nova's blah, 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 has earned a reputation as a charismatic and humorous host, rather than actively searching for love. Lutzi has revealed that he focuses on personal happiness and passions.
How sweet.
I've never really looked for love, he told the Courier Mail. Being happy within myself is the key starting point.
This
His
is good
passion
music,
for the
Buzz.
Olympics and the experiences it brings fuels his contentment. I'm passionate about the Olympics and the million moving parts involved in that, which means travel and experiences and friendships
Yeah.
that I never thought possible, he said. When it comes to finding a partner, Lutzi is open-minded. I can agree with that. I wouldn't have a clue what kind of aesthetics or character traits I'm drawn to. I laughed out loud at that one. Chemistry can strike when and where you least expect it. And it goes on.
Wow.
And it goes on.
You know, my favourite part is you're the only person in this list who gave quotes.
Yes, which means
I'm
which
the
tells
only
us a
person to
few
answer their
things.
phone. That's one thing.
Oh, that's what it means.
Shameless self-promotion.
Chris Jones at the Courier Mail texts me going, "Are you going to marry the Olympics?"
The Ash, Lutzi and Susie Snack Box.
Oh, you know what we should ask Pat? Although Pat hasn't got kids, he's one of Queensland's most eligible bachelors, although he runs about fifth on the list, I think.
Lottie's third.
He's behind
well
me.
below Reese and
I'm second.
Lutzi.
Second,
Now,
sorry.
now.
I
It wasn't
know
a
you are.
list, guys. They're not numbered.
No, it's ranked.
Yeah. All right.
It's ranked.
No,
No?
well, they're ranked in the sense that, you know, with the Courier Mail, it's what do they call it? Bait fish, whatever you call it.
Bait fish.
You know, whatever they call it. They're going to get
Clickbait.
eyes on
Clickbait.
screen, so they're going to put the top guys first. You know what I'm saying?
Clickbait, yeah.
clickbait.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
you
so-
weren't in the photo, the group photo, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Lutzi's more popular than Reece
Haters
Walsh.
going to hate, over here.
Sorry.
Yep. Yeah, don't try and burst that
trying to
balloon,
dampen
Kendall.
my- yeah.
Yes.
One moment.
But no, well, Pat doesn't have kids, but I see that Dally Cherry Evans, who's got young children, has come out in support of moving the kick-off time for Origin from 8 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Here, here.
Oh, wow.
I would love that.
So would I.
It'll never happen.
And, well...
Is it a
do you-
TV
It's a
thing?
TV thing. It's broadcast. They want you to watch the news. They want you to watch pre-game.
Uh-huh.
Eyes
Yeah.
on screens
I could see
equals
7:30.
money.
I could see 7:30 happening. 6 is too early, I think, for TV.
Well, what about 7 just straight after news?
That would work as well, right?
You know, if you want to watch pre-match, it's on the other 9 channel instead of news, and then just get into it.
Yeah.
Well, why couldn't they just put the news on like an hour earlier and just...
Don't be ridiculous.
They wouldn't do that.
Never.
It's the highest rating program every night for the main networks.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I understand that, but then the Origin figures blow it out of the water, and the argument is, okay, you got 2 million or thereabouts that watched the first Origin match, but how many less eyeballs were on it simply because those eyeballs were closed and sleeping and had to go to school the next day? That's the point. And to be perfectly honest,
Has it gotten later every... I just feel like
It feels
it
like
did
it
used
is.
to start earlier.
Sure.
It used to start at 10 to 8, I'm pretty sure. Now it's 10 past 8. So it's at least moved 20
Even that
minutes.
20 minutes blows.
And I think half times go longer in Origin because they got things
I'm
going on.
sure they do, Buzz.
Yeah.
I'm sure that halftime blows out, and it can be like 11 o'clock before it feels like it's like 11 o'clock before the whole thing wraps up.
Yeah.
Like, do you think that? I guess the proof would be in the pudding. If more people would watch it at 6 p.m. or 6:30 or 7 o'clock, then I'm sure the TVs would do it. But Kendall, with your experience in the newsroom, do you reckon there's no chance they'd even just move
No.
the the news for...
No.
I mean, they do it in the cricket sometimes.
Well, no, they don't move the news. They move the cricket onto other,
Channels.
they'll put it onto 7 Mate.
Yeah, Brisbane.
Continue
And then
watching.
it's like to continue watching, head
Yeah,
over there
that's true.
and backwards. I reckon the only time in my career the news got bumped was the Matildas game. And it was that semi-final. And I reckon they bumped the news to 5 o'clock. Like the option was the news was going to get dropped, but they made a decision, let's run it and you can all come in and we'll put it on an hour earlier. That's the only time I can think of.
And what time did the Matildas then start?
6 or something? I don't know. 6:30? I can't remember because I was at a Lions game.
Oh, right. That was a
but
double
Kendall,
whammy.
wasn't that Matilda's match the most watched television program
Yep.
of the year?
Yep.
I guess the difference is...
And the cheapest. They paid nothing for it.
Well, that game
Wow.
isn't determined by the local broadcasters. That would be an international broadcaster.
That's
So
true.
Channel 9 would be probably looking
That's
at
true.
it going, we're going to get all of our news figures and all of our origin figures, so they'll get both for that night.
Yeah.
And maybe even more into news
The
because
news
of that.
slot would be an ad spot in news pre-origin, would probably be twice what it is on a normal day, right?
Yeah. So it's worth looking at the figures at least.
Follow the money always. But look, I'm all for it. I think you're right. You'd get more eyeballs if you ran it earlier.
I think like 7 o'clock, to your point, Kendall, where if you want to watch the pre-game show, go to 9 now, and then sort of 7 o'clock or even 7:10, straight after the news, start the footy.
Yep.
But without getting too technical, would it reflect in the ratings because kids don't have set-top boxes or whatever you use? You know what I mean? Like it's still the parent.
It's a very
you know what I mean?
archaic
Like,
system.
Even though
like-
there's more kids watching, if that was the case, how would you know? Because they live in parents' houses.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a great point, actually.
But it's, you know,
Well, when I say kids, I'm also sticking up for breakfast radio hosts too.
The Ash, Lutzi and Susie Snack Box.
I'm seeing this idea to have Suncorp Stadium as a potential venue for the swimming at the 2032 Olympic Games is starting to gain traction. Now, you brought this, I think, to everyone's attention. Was it this week, Lutzi,
it
or
was this
last
Yeah,
week?
Tuesday.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
week because the US Olympic swimming trials had just started at the start of the week in Indianapolis at the home of the Indianapolis Colts, an NFL venue.
Yeah.
So I guess a very similar venue to what you'd see at, for instance, where we played the NRL in Las Vegas, an indoor stadium. And they broke the record for an indoor swimming meet. Over 20,000 spectators went to day one, which then made me sort of think, well, hang on, it's our biggest Olympic sport, swimming. It'll get, you know, if it was allowed to be played in a bigger arena, it'd get the biggest crowds, I think. For
sell
the
way
Olympics,
more tickets.
and you'd sell out Suncorp Stadium probably 7 days in a row. And I think just to throw it onto the table, it's a brilliant idea.
From a logistics point of view, I've just been watching the video of the time lapse in the construction inside that stadium where they had the US Olympic swim team's trials, and it answers a question that I know you had Steve Titmus, Ariane's father, come in for to record your podcast,
Yeah, yep.
and we just had a quick chat in the hallway, and he was saying, well, the problem is you need another 50-metre pool as a warm-up pool,
Yep.
which is stock standard at any major swimming events. But what they've done is they've effectively separated the field into two parts so that you have two 50-metre pools on the playing surface of Suncorp Stadium, or that's what you'd do if you went ahead with this plan. It looks spectacular.
So does
It
that mean
looks
you're
so good.
watching them warm up? Like you can watch them warm up in that other pool while
Well,
you're actually watching competition?
If you left that far end of the stadium, I think at Suncorp, because it's a bigger field than an NFL field, that's the first thing you got to say. Like if you got an NFL game, you can feel like you can talk to the guy. It's like me talking to Buzz across the field. It's a lot narrower. So I think the Olympic pool would take up probably 3/4 of the Suncorp Stadium field, and then you'd have at least one warm-up pool running the other way down the other end. So whether you shut that off like they do at concerts,
I think
and
you
just
would.
have a fake stand.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you can't see them.
So
and-
I don't think you want to see them.
No,
Well,
you don't. And I don't think they want us to
Yeah.
watch them warming
Yeah.
up. But
What it would allow is
Yeah.
for temporary grandstanding to be placed on the playing surface,
Yep.
if you like, which would also act as a partition, a barrier between the pool proper that you would see, and then behind that would be the warm-up pool, which you wouldn't necessarily see. And yeah, you'd sacrifice some seating there because you wouldn't be able to have spectators in that area, but you'd still get, what do you reckon, Lutzy?
I reckon
30,
you get
35? Yeah, 35, 40.
Well, it's 82 metres wide, Suncorp, so you could easily have it like up against, like as you said, like a stage running it across the field.
I think the important thing is here that it's the conversation that we're having instead of not having it. I think that the narrative probably 6 months ago was, no, don't be stupid. Whereas what we're now doing is saying, well, okay, let's have a look at it. Let's see where the technology...
Though, right? Every venue, every sport.
Yeah.
Like, absolute pie in the sky idea.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, why not think of these things? Why not let people... And we've got so many really incredibly smart people across all the areas we're talking about now in Brisbane, and also people that... Australian people that have been world leaders in this across the world probably since the Sydney Olympics. Let's at least look at it and let's think about, okay, can we do this, as opposed to, no, we're going to do it here. Like, that's fine. We'll just do it over there.
If you're in swimming, the downside to this is that classic word, legacy. They wouldn't love this idea because they don't get permanent facilities. Like, no one wants to drop facilities in and pull them back out. But if you're talking about ticket sales, getting as many of us there to actually watch the swimming, this is a pretty unrivaled option. You're not going to build a stadium this big to watch swimming long term.
And I think there's got to be a real differential between legacy and where we showcase in the 2/4 weeks of the Olympics and Paralympics in 2032. Build a legacy pool at Vic Park, 5,000 seat. And build a sports science and everything under it, which we'll utilise in the lead up to the Olympics and obviously beyond. But let's remember that the eyes of the world will be on us for those 4 weeks. Let's put on a show. Let's make it razzle dazzle. Let's break the world record for the amount of people that's ever watched swimming. And remember, the other point is, if we did build a legacy pool, which again I hope we do, and it's 5,000, 6,000 seat, or whether we have it at Brisbane Arena, so there's 17,000 people that get to watch the swimming. We're seeing it in Paris right now. And we spoke to Steve Titmus on the podcast. Like, parents of athletes can barely get tickets. So if you're just a Brisbane person and you're expecting to get a piece of the pie in the 15,000 seat arena for the swimming in 2032, good luck. Yeah. Media, Olympic sponsors, Olympic family.
He said 1 ticket per family member.
Yeah.
So, like, for him and Robin, they're not both guaranteed in there to watch Ariane, which is why they've had to spend a fortune going into a lottery to get tickets.
Yeah, I'd estimate probably, if it was at a 15,000 seat arena in 2032, probably, I'm saying less than 5,000 of those end up going to people that live in Brisbane. And that's just the reality of what happens at these events. The media take up a large chunk of the stadium.
And can you imagine how much those 5,000 tickets would be worth individually?
So if you get 40,000, then you've got, potentially 25,000 of those going to actual people that live here at hopefully a much lower,
more affordable rate.
Ticket
this
price.
Is the thinking we need. What do you reckon, Lutzy, for like head of the organising committee? We need to get him in there.
I don't know if that's my role, but I think more importantly, I've been a voice. 6 months ago, there was only a couple of us who were voices, and now there's a lot more voices. And I think the more voices there are across business and also just Brisbane people, and it's your games. Like the quicker we take control, then we can start impacting politicians and letting them know that it has to be taken out of their hands and put into the hands of people that know what on earth they're talking about. So I reckon
you really do want to marry the Olympic Games.
The Ash, Lutzy and Susie Snack Box.
He's got flowing long hair, so hard it isn't fair. Carrigan.
Morning, guys. How are we?
Legend.
Well, how are you, mate?
Hello,
More
mate.
importantly, what's going on?
I'm great. Friday morning on the coast, so I'm doing well.
Queensland's 4th most eligible bachelor. We don't know if
Congratulations, buddy.
Do you know have you heard the news, Pat?
I was just starting to hear about it before, but Courier Mail, everyone's trusted newspaper source. I hear. Lutzy, what's Lutzy number 1?
No, number
No,
two.
number 2.
Yeah. It goes Robert Irwin, then me, then some bloke called Reece Walsh, and then you.
Oh, yeah.
You
I'm
beat
in fitting company.
You beat Jacob Elordi. I mean, that's pretty good, isn't it?
Oh, it's all right. What do you think about beating Jacob Elordi?
I think it's fantastic. We both me and Jacob went to the same school, mate. Yeah.
Nudgy boys, huh?
Yeah. So, it's a thing we have out there. Now, you're hurting a little bit that I beat you. I mean, be honest. I mean, come on. We can speak freely.
Look, until I get it in front of my eyes, I'm not going to actually believe it.
It's not in the print version, so
I'll
you
try
need.
and find a
You need to
paper
find
today,
it
and then I'll get
online.
back to you.
Yeah, I'll send it to you,
Oh,
mate.
it's not in the print version.
No.
I'll send it. It's
And you
Send
was
it to you.
cold also, Lutzy?
It's
Clutzy will
clickbait,
drive
mate.
it down to you.
Yeah.
Lutsy provided official quotes as well, Paddy. You need to get
Yeah.
onto the Courier
I've
Mail
got
and
a
give your version of events.
Do you want to tell? Have you got it, Ash?
Truthfully.
I haven't got it. My official quotes are beautiful, mate.
Oh, I don't have them on me, but they're well worth reading
I've
if
got
you
'em.
get your hands on them.
What do they go along the lines of?
I'll read it
Okay,
for you. Hang on,
ready,
Paddy.
here we go.
All right, so hang on, let me scroll.
Yeah.
I've never really looked for love, he told the Courier Mail.
Where's that music?
Being happy within myself is the key starting point. Deleted it.
Okay.
And then he goes on
Hang
to
on,
say,
hang
Pat,
on.
I'm passionate about the Olympics and the million moving parts involved in that, which means travel and experiences and friendships that I never thought possible. I wouldn't have a clue what kind of aesthetics or character traits I'm drawn to. Chemistry can strike when and where you least expect it. Known for his witty on-air persona, Lutzy remains a beloved and eligible figure in Queensland's social landscape.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, mate.
What a catch. How am I supposed to compete?
I mean, how are you?
Yeah.
Seriously. Aesthetics doesn't even matter. I'm just about chemistry.
Chemistry with the Olympics, though.
Yeah, well,
That's what you're looking for.
I'm going to marry the Olympics,
Yeah.
Paddy.
There's no room for a woman in there.
Oh, dear. Anyway, congrats, mate. Top 5. That's a good start for you. You're a good,
Thank you,
you're-
mate.
you're
It
a
means
good
a
kid.
lot coming from
You're a
you.
good kid. Okay, Origin, what's happening down there, mate? Everything good?
We're good. Not a lot. Usual weekend camp at Sanctuary Cove. So today's a day off for us. So the boys are out golfing and stuff, and cruising. So it's pretty fun day in camp today.
Okay.
Aren't you a golfer, Pat?
He's not good.
No, I am, but I want to go to Savo. I thought I'd just hang out. I don't know. Too much time here. Hey, we're supposed to be in a footy camp, but
Yeah.
a luxury later tee off sunset might be a nice afternoon.
Nice.
So
Just
there's
relax.
a few of us heading around this afternoon.
Hey, we were talking earlier. Your skipper, Dally, was saying that. Excuse me, we get emotional when I talk about these things, but he was saying that he wouldn't mind an earlier kickoff for the Origin. I guess it probably doesn't bother you too much,
As a
as a
bachelor, he
player.
doesn't
But
care.
a 6 p.m. kickoff, have you got any thoughts on it, one way or the other?
I like it, to be honest. I haven't really even thought about it or chatted too much, but they're long days for us, let alone all the kids and
Yeah, good point.
different people. So if we could get a 6 o'clock kickoff, I think it'd be unreal. As long as you can get packed out stadiums and everyone's got enough time to get there after work, I reckon we might get a few more viewers.
Yeah, I
or
reckon
not fall asleep by half time anyway.
Yeah, it is a big day for the kids. Have you ever played at the MCG before? I'm just trying to think. Have you been
No, I
there?
never have.
No.
I've never played there, so it's going to be exciting. I think they were telling us yesterday they expected 90,000, so two of the boys here played some junior Origin. There was a junior Origin game there when they last played, so but yeah, I've never played, so it's going to be an exciting contest.
There's nothing quite like it. If he does get to 90,000, Paddy, it's actually it's just, even as a spectator, from the experiences you have as a spectator, it's madness. Like it's something like it's a one-off in Australia. It's the only stadium that really gives you that feeling that you're in almost like a coliseum. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's going to be unreal. I've been to, I think it might have been Essendon and
Yeah.
GWS on a bye weekend, so I wasn't quite the 90,000, but yeah, I'm excited to run out there at least. And Bill's telling us because of all his work with the Storm, it's pretty much like Queensland, so I'll take that for what it's worth.
Yeah, good point. I think they do love. I think the local crowd will certainly be behind you
sure.
more than New South Wales. Nothing more Melbourneites love to hate more than Sydneyites. You know what I mean? So you will have that little bit of that home crowd advantage, which
Well
is
said.
great.
I reckon.
Well said,
Melbourneites
David.
and Sydneyites.
Sydneyites.
Yeah.
Sydney something or others. Anyway, but all good in camp, mate. Nothing. Everything's good.
Nah, everyone's cruising, so no sickness yet.
Okay, good.
Yeah, head to Melbourne on Monday, we do, so we were talking about it the other day. Apparently it was cold here. It was like 8 degrees, and we checked Melbourne. It's like 1 degree.
Yeah,
there,
how are you
so,
going to handle
yeah.
the cold?
yeah, I don't know. Pack a few more jumpers, but it's going to be freezing for kickoff. So, yeah, that'll be something different as well.
I mean, how many Versace jumpers can Walshy fit in that suitcase?
Yeah, I don't know how many pairs of Anko undies Hammer has to wear either. So if Kmart want to send Hammer some undies,
It's a
I'll make sure he wears
20
three
bucks
pairs.
for a 4-pack, wasn't it?
Is he competent for that?
Yeah. Just because of how funny it was. I'm not sure why. It's become a thing what we wear to.
I know. It's
Bizarre.
clickbait.
Yeah.
It's clicky. It's clicky.
I know.
But
It
can
is.
you guys play it up a bit? Can you go get some like China bags that are fake, Chanel's and
Temu.
just really start
Well, I got some mates in
hamming it
Bali,
up.
so yeah, I might have
Yes.
to come back with a few specials and see
so
how
that
far
they can
get.
say you're wearing a
Just-
$20,000 bag.
It's got to play on your
Indoor
mind, like
suitcase.
Yeah,
the
cool.
day that you head into camp and you're getting dressed. Like you must at this stage go, oh, this is going to end up in a bloody magazine or in the paper. So
Or
you
just-
must put extra thought into it.
Maybe this is.
I never thought I'd have to think about my jocks, but now I do.
Now you
so.
do. Or at least tuck them in.
Lutzy's been trying to get you to think about your jocks for ages. What do you mean?
Yeah, jocks are important to you, but
He's
maybe
putting
this
his
is,
Sorry,
face on everyone.
Let's not bring that up.
maybe t-shirts logos as the new jocks for us. You
Maybe.
you know what I mean? That's all right. Something sort of really elusive or
Nova
like, you know what I
jacket.
mean, like obscure or
Something profound. maybe.
profound or
Yes.
there's a meaning to it, and then people have to work it out. I don't know. We'll work on that one anyway. But
Very Taylor Swift.
yeah. Anyway, well, mate, just stay safe and well down there, and yeah.
Hit them straight this
Yeah,
afternoon.
enjoy the golf.
We will. Thank you, guys.
There
Cheers,
he is.
mate.
Thanks, Paddy.
Paddy
Good luck,
Carrigan.
mate.
Good luck, bro.
The Ash, Lutzy and Susie Snack Box.